Welcome back my YouTube channel. I'm telling about for this coin Washington quarter, 1981. A complete history of the 1981 United States quarter dollar. Introduction. The 1981 United States quarter dollar is part of one of the most enduring coin designs in American history, the Washington quarter. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington quarter remained in circulation with the same basic design for decades. The 1981 issue represents a significant moment within this long tradition, as it was produced during a transitional era in American coinage, when rising metal costs, inflation, and changes in minting policies reshaped the U.S. coin system. Although the 1981 quarter may appear ordinary at first glance, its historical, economic, and numismatic context makes it an important piece of American monetary history. This detailed account explores its origins, design, production, minting variations, economic backdrop, and its place in coin collecting. Origins of the Washington quarter. To understand the 1981 quarter, one must first understand the origins of the Washington quarter series. In 1932, the United States sought to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. A commemorative coin was proposed, and the result was the Washington quarter. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin featured obverse, a left-facing portrait of George Washington. Reverse, back, a heraldic eagle with wings spread. The design was intended to be temporary, but its popularity ensured its permanence. Design features of the 1981 quarter. The 1981 quarter retained the classic design established in 1932. Obverse. The obverse displays a portrait of George Washington, based loosely on a bust by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. Key features include liberty above Washington's head. In God we trust to the left. The year 1981 at the bottom. A mint mark, if present, to the right of the date. Washington's portrait symbolizes leadership, independence, and the founding of the United States. Reverse. The reverse features a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing readiness to defend, olive branches beneath, symbolizing peace. United States of America at the top. E pluribus unum above the eagle. Quarter dollar at the bottom. This design remained in use until 1998, before being replaced by the 50 state quarters program in 1999. Composition and metal content. Originally, Washington quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, in 1965, due to rising silver prices, the United States eliminated silver from circulating quarters. By 1981, the quarter was composed of 91.67% copper, core, 8.33% nickel, outer layer. This copper-nickel clad composition gave the coin a silver-like appearance while keeping production costs manageable. The weight of the coin was 5.67 grams, and its diameter was 24.26 millimeters. The United States Mint in 1981. In 1981, quarters were produced at 3 mint facilities. Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco Mint. Each mint had a specific role in production. Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark. Historically, Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint produced circulation quarters without a mint mark. Denver Mint. D mint mark. Coins struck in Denver feature a small D mint mark to the right of the date. San Francisco Mint. S mint mark. In 1981, the San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters only. These coins were specially struck for collectors using polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like surfaces. Mintage numbers. The total number of quarters produced in 1981 was substantial, reflecting the continuing demand for circulating coinage. Approximate mintages: Philadelphia, over 600 million. Denver, over 500 million. San Francisco, several million. Despite high mintages, certain 1981 quarters are considered scarce in high-grade condition, especially uncirculated coins from circulation strikes. The economic climate of 1981. The year 1981 was a challenging time economically for the United States. Key factors included high inflation, high interest rates, economic recession, rising metal prices. During this period, the value of metal sometimes approached or exceeded the face value of coins. Although quarters were clad in not silver, cost control remained a concern. The U.S. government carefully monitored coin production costs to prevent shortages or hoarding, as had happened during the silver coin era of the 1960s. The minting process. The process of producing a 1981 quarter involved several steps. Blanking. Metal sheets were punched into round blanks. Annealing. Blanks were heated to soften the metal. Upsetting. Edges were raised to form rims. Just impress the design onto the coin under high pressure. Inspection and distribution. Coins were checked and then released into circulation. Proof coins underwent additional polishing and handling to ensure sharp details and reflective surfaces. Proof coins of 1981. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are particularly important for collectors. Features of 1981 proof quarters include mirror-like fields, frosted design elements, sharp detail, packaged in official proof sets. These coins were never intended for circulation and were sold directly to collectors. Condition and grading. Coin condition dramatically affects value. Common grading categories include good, G, fine, F, extremely fine, EF or XF. About uncirculated, O, mint state, MS60, MS70. Many 1981 quarters in circulation today show wear. However, finding high-grade uncirculated examples, especially from Philadelphia, can be more challenging due to weaker strikes and heavy bag marks. Errors and varieties. Collectors often search for mint errors. Possible 1981 quarter errors include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, die cracks, filled mint marks. While most 1981 quarters are common, error coins can command higher prices depending on rarity and condition. The 1981 quarter in circulation. In 1981, the quarter remained a crucial part of everyday American commerce. Uses included vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, public telephones. At the time, a quarter still held meaningful purchasing power compared to today. Numismatic importance. Though not rare in general circulation, the 1981 quarter has importance in several areas. Represents the final decades of the original Washington Eagle reverse. Reflects early 1980s economic conditions. Demonstrates clad coinage era policies. Serves as part of long-running Washington quarter series. Collectors assembling date and mint collections must include 1981, Philadelphia. 1981, D, Denver. 1981, S, proof. Transition toward modern quarters. The 1981 quarter predates major design changes that would reshape the denomination. 1981, Philadelphia. 1981, D, Denver. 1981, S, proof. Transition toward modern quarters. The 1981 quarter predates major design changes that would reshape the denomination. In 1999, the 50-state quarters program began, replacing the eagle reverse with rotating state designs. That program became one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. Thus, the 1981 quarter belongs to the classic eagle reverse era that ended in 1998. Collectability and value. In most circulated conditions, a 1981 quarter is worth its face value, 25 cents. However, high-grade uncirculated coins may carry modest premiums. Proof coins are valued by collectors. Error coins may command higher prices. Certified mint state examples, graded MS65 or higher, can sell for more. Values fluctuate depending on demand and grading standards. Preservation and storage. Collectors preserve 1981 quarters using coin holders, mylar flips, hard plastic capsules, professional grading slabs. Proper storage prevents oxidation, scratches, and environmental damage. Cultural context. In 1981, the United States saw major events. Presidential transition to Ronald Reagan. Height of Cold War tensions. Economic restructuring. Growth of consumer culture. The quarter, though small, was part of daily life during this transformative era. Comparison to earlier silver quarters. Compared to pre-1965 silver quarters, 1981 quarters contain no silver. They are lighter in intrinsic metal value. They are more resistant to melting and hoarding. Silver quarters today often trade based on bullion value, whereas 1981 quarters trade primarily on numismatic value. Production quality in 1981. Some collectors note that early 1980s quarters sometimes show weaker strikes, less detail in Washington's hair, softer eagle feather definition. This has made top-grade examples somewhat more desirable. The quarter's role in U.S. monetary policy. The quarter is one of the four main circulating denominations alongside penny, nickel, dime. CB. It plays a key role in transactional efficiency and coin-based pricing structures. During the early 1980s, maintaining adequate coin supply was essential to support retail commerce. Symbolism of the quarter. The imagery on the 1981 quarter carries deep symbolism. Washington, leadership, and independence. Eagle, strength and sovereignty. Olive branches, peace. Arrows, defense. These elements reflect foundational American ideals. Legacy of the 1981 quarter. While not rare or revolutionary, the 1981 quarter represents continuity of a 49-year-old design tradition at that time, stability of U.S. coinage during economic stress, the mature phase of clad coin production. It stands as a snapshot of early 1980s America, economically challenged, politically shifting, yet institutionally steady. Conclusion. The 1981 United States quarter dollar is more than just pocket change. It is part of a long and storied tradition of American coinage that began in 1932 with the Washington quarter design. Produced at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, struck in copper-nickel clad composition, and circulated widely during a turbulent economic era. The 1981 quarter reflects both historical continuity and adaptation. For collectors, it is a necessary component of a complete Washington quarter set. For historians, it represents a piece of the early 1980s American economic landscape. For everyday Americans of the time, it was a coin used in vending machines, telephones, and daily commerce. Though often overlooked, the 1981 quarter remains a tangible artifact of U.S. monetary history.